Hello again. Welcome to Reviews. I'm Ray. As some of you may know, season 2 of You dropped on Netflix a couple of weeks ago. So today I'm reviewing You. If you haven't watched season 1, fret not. This review covers season 1 and 2. And I solemnly swear to keep it short and spoiler free. Here we go. Well, hello there. Who are you? Well, you clicked on this video, so either you like TV shows or me. Oh, who am I kidding? You're here for you. You'd rather invest 5 to 6 minutes on a review of a TV show before starting to watch it instead of spending 10 hours on a show which you may not like. So you are smart. I can respect that. I'll give you just that then. A review on You. Without any spoilers. Ask anyone, and they'll tell you that You is a dark psychological thriller show which is sure to give you the creeps. They aren't entirely wrong, but it is so much more. I think You is one of those unique shows which has a slightly different meaning for everyone. Some look at it and see just the psychological drama and get those creeps that they love to talk about. They may go on to compare it to Gone Girl or another one of those Gillian Flynn books or their adaptations. Others may view You like a romance gone wrong, poisoned by obsession and possessiveness. Again, they would be half right. What You really is an amalgamation of perhaps the richest characters to ever hit any screen. That is the most important thing about You. It's characters. It would literally not be the same without them. And our protagonist, Joe, is the richest character of all. Penn Badgley does an absolutely brilliant job to portray him. The difference between us human beings and characters is not just limited to the fictitious nature. Creating characters is the art in which a writer actually tries to make a fictional person as close to a real human being as possible. With actual feelings, faults, blemishes, emotional baggage, the occasional impulsiveness, and still a heart that hopes and loves like any other. A morally grey character. Because if you still believe that there are good and bad human beings in this world, you are mistaken, my friend. Everyone's both good and bad. It is the situations and perceptions that define those for them. You may be a hero of your own story, but a villain of another's. And Joe is exactly that. The most perfectly morally grey character. And this is his story. So naturally, he's the hero. What is interesting is how he's also potentially capable of being the villain of his own story.
Are you watching me?
Maybe.
Stalker.
But either way, he still owns the story. It is intimately his own. And he takes the viewers for a ride along with him. This brings me to the storytelling of You, which is the second most important thing about You. When someone decides to tell a story, there are thousands of ways to do it. And believe it or not, each of those 1,000 ways make completely new stories with the same plot at the heart of them all. That is the power of storytelling. And You storytelling is nothing short of genius. Matter of fact, I don't think I would have quite liked the show so much without this kind of storytelling. As I've mentioned before, Joe is a unique character. And what you get when you're watching You is a journey through Joe's mind. You let him tell you his story. You let him tell you what he's thinking or feeling or saying. Ever felt like you feel something about someone or something but cannot say it, so you say something else instead? Something completely different? Well, guess what? It doesn't just happen to you. And Joe is there to tell you that it's okay. You're normal. And that it happens to him too. Ever talking to someone you like and are unable to catch the slightest hints? Like, is he or she flirting with you? And you just stand there dumbfounded trying to reach an answer and your brain just freezes? You are not alone. You see Joe calculating his choices in situations, and you can hear him thinking. His soliloquies are so powerful that you'd feel that sometimes you are him. Just as confused, or just as frustrated, or just as happy. Maybe you are. Maybe we are all Joe at some point of time, or perhaps some version of him. Either way, you're sure to find at least something relatable with him. But then again, he's not the only character in You. There are generally very few important characters designated with the responsibility to carry the story forward in You, but the makers have made sure to enrich and humanize them too. I think season 2 is a step up and has even better characters than season 1. I admit when I first watched season 1 of You, I didn't think they could do it any better, but season 2 surprised me pleasantly. Another thing I really liked about You is that they immediately throw you right in the middle of the action. There are no bullshit info dumps to bore you as they define the characters for you as some TV shows do. The adrenaline rushing through your veins as you rush through the episodes is a feeling I really love about watching good TV shows, and You gives you just that, in abundance. The plot twist will keep you on your toes, and the deeper you go into the show, the faster you'd want to come out. Not because it is so terrible that you cannot stand it anymore, but because you're likely to be way too excited to see how it ends. Because in most shows I watch, there is generally a rather definitive end. Sure, some characters might not make it all the way. Sure, personal equations might change through the course of it. But the main plotline generally comes to a rather predictable end. No such luck with You. I literally couldn't guess the ending. And even if I could, a plot twist was always there to throw my estimation to the wind. And this is valid for both seasons 1 and 2. So if you're looking for something to captivate you completely and take you on a thrilling ride at a neck-breaking pace and leave you gasping for breath as it ends unexpectedly, yet brilliantly, You is for you. Now personally, I think season 2 could have been a beautiful wrap for the series, but the makers thought it wise to leave a hook and an open plotline as a setup for season 3. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe I'm wrong and the makers can surprise me once again and pull off something even more awesome in season 3. Or maybe they'll mess up a perfectly great series. This is the kind of thing that makes me anxious. There are shows that don't get enough seasons, like Firefly. And then there are shows whose quality deteriorates as seasons fly, and they continue to survive and get renewed despite crappy ratings because of the popularity of the actors, like Riverdale. Either way, I would love to watch what they have planned for you. Oh, and fun fact, You is based on a book series by Caroline Kepnes. Although I haven't read it yet, you may go ahead and check it out. I rate You a 10 on 10 for watching my video, and the TV show You an 8 on 10. Thank you so much for watching. Stalk that like button below this video, comment on it, and don't forget to share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button too. I'll see you next time.